Back in 2004, we had a terrible hurricane season. We had about 4 hurricanes that came through and hit the state of Florida. And it was after the second hurricane where myself and a colleague of mine, Ricky Telg, and some others got together and talked about this was an opportunity for us to actually go to the extension agents that we have here in the state of Florida and learn from them about the experiences that they were having and some of the needs they had, particularly in regards to personal and professional needs in relation to disasters and namely in regards to hurricanes.
It really became clear to us that our county level extension faculty were essentially first responders, that they were part of the team in the counties in which they worked that was charged with disaster assistance during this time, during the hurricanes, as the hurricanes were going on. And at that point, we realized that there was a great opportunity here to do something.
With personal needs that they had, quite a few of them, probably about 80% of them, had direct personal impact from the hurricane, where they had damage to their home. Some of that was even extensive, where it was ripping off roofs and all those kinds of things. So they were dealing with a lot of that and a lot of personal loss that they were dealing with at their homes.
We found out that there were a variety of different communication channels that were being utilized. A lot of them were non-media, non-mass media communication channels. That we found was due to the fact that there was not electricity or power service in many of these counties that were hit by the hurricanes. And so extension faculty were relying on some of their traditional methods.
I guess the other thing that stood out to me in regards to professional things that they dealt with was how to deal with all of the stress that they were getting back from the actual clientele. Clientele were very stressed in regards to their particular situation. They were coming to extension for help in regards to how to take care of all these issues that they were facing with food decaying in their homes, mold and mildew issues, just stress issues and things such as that. And that was probably one of the more difficult professional things that our extension agents dealt with.
The message that the extension faculty were trying to communicate was, we're here to help, we're definitely here to continue the services that we normally provide, but we also our doors are open and we're here to provide service to anybody who's in need.
First of all, I think there could be more done, but I think we have made some positive steps in that regard. I think the survey that was done was very eye-opening to us as faculty and also to Extension administration, because it really helped to help us see that perspective from the Extension eyes, and in regards to the kind of things that they were seeing and their perceptions during the hurricane and some of the things that they were addressing. And I think because of that, it really, again, opened our eyes to some of the needs that they had. Extension organization itself has put together a communications plan. That is, we have a point person here in the state for disasters and hurricanes, and then her responsibility is to really implement teams and to assign people to various tasks as hurricanes or disasters strike the state. So that is one positive thing that did come out of that.
Now, one thing about our profession, working for a land-grant university, working for extension and research, is that we're here to serve. So when a crisis happens, actually that's our moment to shine, because we want to help people. We know how to communicate. We know how to get information out. We know what information people need. So a crisis, although I mean it's tragic, it's tragic, of course, but it does bring out the best in us and what we do best.
The administrators in the Ag Center involved communications immediately, and throughout Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, we were at the decision-making table with them every morning, bright and early.
About our administrators and about crisis communication is they have a can-do, in-control, people-first attitude. And again, that makes all the difference in the world.
It was an extreme team effort. Everybody stepped up to the plate and did more than they needed to, and did everything they could in terms of additional work to get the information out.
We took care of business. We did what we're trained to do, and we did it well. Again, I'm biased, but I think we did everything we could. I think we worked very well together. We communicated. We, met daily, early every morning for the first week and a half, and just we did what needed to be done.
Well, we covered almost all the parameters. We had, I think, about 92 news releases, 11 video news releases, 20 audio news releases, PSAs, audio and video, 33 releases in special storm packet, numerous ads in newspapers, and countless photographs that we were able to send to media.
A lot of things went right with how the LSU Ag Center responded to the hurricanes. I guess the first point I'd like to make is that our response was immediate. The hurricane hit on, I'm talking about Katrina, the hurricane hit on a Monday, and by Tuesday morning, by 7:30 Tuesday morning, in fact it might have been earlier, I got a call from the chancellor asking me to come to a meeting. And what he wanted to do was, I write his e-letters, and what he wanted to do was right away get communication out to the staff.
We have a real team effort within the Ag Center in terms of our administration and our communicators, and what I saw as director of a team that really pulled together and focused on the issues at hand and addressed them very thoroughly. What also went right is that our connections within the land grant system were so strong that on Tuesday, or probably actually the Monday when the hurricane was coming in, we already had people contacting me about helping with communications and media information.
Working with the media was something else that went right. We have built up good relationships with the media in Louisiana. We work very hard at that, and at times like this is when that pays off.
What went wrong was that in this kind of disaster, the means of delivery information were totally turned upside down. We had very little cell phone use, so the primary delivery of information was radio and print. TV was not, a lot of TV stations were devastated, so that wasn't a good vehicle to use. We also had problems contacting people because of the problems with cell phone connectivity.
We do have a crisis communication plan. Now, we don't have a 45-page document sitting on a shelf gathering dust like maybe some institutions do. Our crisis communication plan works, but it's kind of in our heads because it's very simple. Again, our crisis communication plan involves contacting administrators, administrators taking action right away, gathering the right people, communication